Free Talk Live listen line, 641-793-0191.
My name is Jacob Hornberger. I'm president of the Future of Freedom Foundation, which Congressman Ron Paul awarded for having an outstanding freedom website. Write us at fff@fff.org, and we'll send you a free 3-month subscription to our monthly journal of libertarian essays and our booklet, Economic Liberty in the Constitution, which George Mason University economics professor Walter Williams praised in a recent column. That's fff@fff.org.
Yep, we still do email. Drop your email address in the entry box at freetalklive.com, and you'll be kept in the loop with Free Talk Live.
Hey, welcome to the live Sunday episode here of Free Talk Live. Yeah. We got an unexpected crew here, and, it's just fun when things kind of fall together like this.
This is great. I mean, this is my dream to be here without actually being in New Hampshire.
Wow.
This is great.
But you are in New Hampshire.
I am. Not
At least
full-time, but
yeah.
Eventually.
You look like you're in New Hampshire.
I'm going to have my own chair. I'm going to bring my own microphone.
And you're no stranger, by the way. Steve is here from Connecticut, longtime caller here on Free Talk Live. You're no stranger to audio. You do audio for a living, right?
I do sound engineering, broadcast work. So,
nice.
Being behind the RE27 is it's great. I can use that big radio voice.
Yeah, it helps having a processor, too.
But I just keep it folky and great, and I'm just, having a good time with,
Well, we didn't, I don't know if you guys knew this or not, or the audience, but Steve was just telling me apparently he's got like he's got a show that airs in Connecticut, sort of like a little mini show where he like produces it, and like he takes it to the local governor and then adds laugh tracks.
Yeah,
and apparently they're running it frequently in Connecticut
the 50,000
radio.
watt flamethrower plays it in Hartford.
WTIC.
So we just need you to come here and do this for New Hampshire.
Right. News Talk 1080. Yeah,
that's awesome. So we're here, and from what I understand, the remote crew may be able to return to the airwaves here. So that may be at the top of the hour. But in the meantime, we can talk about something. Let's talk about some news.
Oh, is this just a conversation between us?
I like that. I like conversations
anyone else listening?
between us. There are people listening for sure. We actually just went live on the video services, so now they can actually see you. But NBC New York reporting on the very first New York City concert for vaccinated fans only.
Oh, is this the concert for all time?
Madison Square Garden.
Oh.
The announcement of the June 20th show at MSG comes a day after Mayor Bill de Blasio set August 21st as the date for a mega concert in Central Park to celebrate the city's recovery from the pandemic. Iconic rock band Foo Fighters will reopen Madison Square Garden on June 20th for the first concert at the famed venue in more than 15 months. The 100% capacity night of entertainment will be exclusively open to fully vaccinated fans, says the music group and the arena. So you got two different classes of people now. You've got the vaccinated and the unvaccinated.
What if you identify as vaccinated?
That's a great question.
Can you go?
Well, now that's also a good question. How are they going to enforce this? We know that over the last few months, New York came out with their own vaccine passport program. I don't know if you heard about this.
Time to buy a flip phone.
Then you're not getting in, I don't think. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to use that at this particular show. I haven't dug too deeply into this story. But they were the first state. Now, I don't know if they're the only state so far to roll this out. But there's certainly a lot of talk about these things. Some places are prohibiting vaccine passports, from what I understand.
Florida.
Was it Florida? That's what I thought I heard. So you've got the whole range of responses here. On one hand, you've got vaccine passport New York. You've got Florida, which is saying vaccine passports will be prohibited. And in between, you've got a bunch of corporations, which of course tend to lean towards the government in what they do, because, well, corporations are created by the government. I'm not saying business.
They're on the welfare state.
I'm not saying business is created by government, but businesses ask the government for corporate status. And then when they do that, they basically say, we'll do whatever you say.
Right. Just keep sending us the money. Keep printing the money, dropping it from Chinooks.
Yeah. And so a lot of corporations are telling their employees they have to get vaccinated. And so there's this whole division between people. And I forget if it was, I think it was Captain Kickass who pointed out, well, what if you already got COVID and you survived COVID? Then what's the point of getting a vaccine?
I think that's what Rand Paul is saying. Because I think he had COVID, but he's not getting the vaccination.
Well, isn't it? Are you even supposed to get a vaccination after you've actually had the thing?
I think if you want to win the lottery or get a free, beer or whatever from your governor, you might want to do that.
The Father's Day show will mark their first concert in more than 460 days. Tickets go on sale at Ticketmaster, which we'd done a story about them last year, how they were implementing vaccine mandates and passports and things like that.
No thanks.
Foo Fighters headlined a sold-out. Who cares when they did that? Most recently, the band sold out some nights in 2018. They're getting into history here. Let's see what else. The Garden is ready to rock, said James Dolan, executive chairman of the Madison Square Garden. And the wait has been equally long for the Foo Fighters. The announcement comes a day after Mayor Bill de Blasio set August 21st as the date for a mega concert in Central Park.
Wait, is that
the governor is deciding when concerts are going to be?
No, I think it's Warren Wilhelm Jr.
Who's that?
It's the mayor of New York. Bill de Blasio. His real name is Warren.
Is that right?
Yeah, Warren Wilhelm Jr. Because you're saying Bill de Blasio, that's
Maybe
Warren Wilhelm
more
Jr.
Like Kaiser Wilhelm.
Now, in the case of the New York City concert, now this isn't the Madison Square Garden.
That's the Central Park.
This is the Central Park one.
The concert for the ages.
They have no lineup yet, but they want a 3-hour-long show with 60,000 fans, 8 iconic musicians performing. There will be areas for vaccinated and non-vaccinated sections. Is anyone else disturbed by this?
You couldn't pay me enough to go into New York City now.
Me either.
I used to work there.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first got into broadcast television, a producer of a friend of mine said, we're going to be going to New York City to work. And I thought this was 1989. I just got out of college. And
yep. Ooh, the big time.
Oh my God. I'm working in New York City.
Yep.
It
doesn't get bigger than that,
right?
It
was like, if I can make it there, I can make it anywhere. But now, I get a call like, hey, we need you in New York City. Let me check my calendar. Oh, I'm booked.
Nope.
Sorry.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
It bummed me out a little bit this year because I never really was a huge fan of. I'm not a huge fan of cities in general. It's like you can trade one for another as far as I'm concerned. But once a year, we would go to the Talkers magazine. They had a convention in New York City, in Manhattan. And Mark and I had gone every year since 2005. We went to this thing before we even moved to New Hampshire. There was one year we flew up, and now we can drive there, which is nice. But I can't go this year, number one, because I've got a tether on my ankle, and I'm not allowed to leave the house without permission. And it was too close to me getting out of jail. There's no way I would have been able to get permission. It was happening. Actually, it happened this past Friday. And but when I actually read about the convention this year, I'm like, well, I wouldn't have wanted to go anyway because there was going to be, mandatory masks, mandatory social distancing.
Stick a thing up your nose.
It was happening actually at a college. So the college, I'm sure, was mandating all of this stuff. And so it's just like I wouldn't have gone, and that would have bummed me out. If I'd actually had to make the choice not to go. In this case, I didn't.
But if you were receiving an award, would you go?
I would not go and put a mask on. No, I wouldn't do it. And it would make me feel bad because I really like Talkers Magazine. I like the guys over there. They named us number 25, by the way, again this year, 2 years in a row on the Talkers Heavy 100, the 100 quote-unquote most important talk show hosts in the United States. We're number 25. So, I really appreciate
plenty of room
them.
to get to number one.
Has Talkers Magazine covered the arrest of the Crypto Six here?
They
mentioned raid on the studio.
I believe I've gone through most all my emails at this point, and I get Talkers. They give a daily update during the week. So they did talk about how I was in jail, but I don't think they got into any details about the raid itself.
Good. All right. Well, I finally added them to my email list to send them news releases about this stuff.
Yeah, they're super cool. I mean, I really like the guys over at Talkers, but I don't see the point of going to a convention if I can't actually shake somebody's hand. If I can't actually, look at their face and have a conversation with
you have to have a little bubble, don't go near me.
That's not a convention to me.
I think Michael Harrison, he's the
publisher.
Right, so he's also on WTIC 1080 in Hartford.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's got a show. He's got a weekend show.
Well, yeah, he does it like a best of, but he also fills in during the week. He's great.
Yeah, he's
Talkers
fantastic.
Magazine is awesome.
Yep, absolutely. So it bums me out, because they always hold that thing in New York, and it's like,
Right.
well, until all
virtual,
these rules.
Virtual. Everything.
Well, it's going to be in real life this time,
Right.
but with all these restrictions, so not interested. Just not interesting to me at all. The only time I put a mask on in the last year was this one bank. That
I thought you had to go on a
couldn't-
plane. You had to.
Oh yeah, there was that one. That was the
plane.
other time.
You had to put a mask on to go into a bank.
Yeah.
Just think about that.
Yeah, so much for all that.
Please leave your firearm at the door and
Avoiding
put your-
anonymity stuff.
Yeah.
Put your mask on.
Ridiculous.
Well, I do have some accidental show prep.
What's
I
that?
accidentally brought with me. Wasn't planning to be on a show, but have you guys already covered the arrest of the Press NH Now?
Oh, I heard about this arrest. I watched the video of the arrest, but I don't
too.
think it has been covered on the air. Press NH Now is one of the First Amendment auditors. He goes around with a video camera, records the police, goes into government buildings, records his interactions
office and
with them, things like that. If we get a chance, we will continue that. There's also the chance that our other hosts will be coming back, so it'll be a mix of a show here tonight. I don't even know what they were talking about before they unceremoniously left the air. So
this is fun. It's great to be.
We don't know what's going to happen in hour number 2, which is on the way. I'd tease you about it, but I don't know what it's going to be. It's Free Talk Live. More coming up.
After a devastating war, the alien visitors were driven back, and their willing human collaborators were left behind to face the music. When Emma Jean Anderson's ex-lover brings her from prison, Nathan Foster and his 14-year-old nephew Ben are tasked with bringing the pair to justice. An easy enough job until they discover something is inside Emma Jean, and the fate of the planet hangs in the balance. The Family Business by Mike Coopery from BaneBooks.com.
Are you tired of governments around the world killing innocent people? Stop using their money. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless, free market, non-political currency. Bitcoin is money that cannot be inflated or controlled by any state. By continuing to use their money, you're perpetuating the killing. Stop doing it. You have an incredible alternative available to you now. Learn it, use it, spread it.
Get started with Bitcoin at Bitcoin.com. It's Bitcoin.com.
Bitcoin.com.